Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome to this best of 5 here between herO and Zest. The top left spawning as the blue Protoss player. We have Zest, in the bottom right we have herO. Both players playing for Team Dragon Phoenix Gaming, which in my opinion is still the coolest name of any team that has ever been. It really does sound like a 12-year-old just googled 2 words and then put the word gaming behind it, and I absolutely love it. It's a Chinese team by a rich Chinese man that wanted to compete in the World Team League, I believe. I think that's the story with some of the Chinese teams. I think with Kaisi as well. Just a bunch of friends that really like StarCraft and that have slightly too much money, and they throw some money at the problem and they get some good players and hope to win the WTL. Of course, Dragon Phoenix Gaming did end up winning the World Team League, so it seemed like money was the good solution there to their problem of not winning. Full wall here with the Stargate is what herO is doing. Zest, on the other hand, is a little bit slower with his own Stargate, and, well, still gonna get it right. Yep, Stargate is gonna be thrown down here, and a Chrono Boost here on that Stalker as well. Okay, third pylon needs to be going down then as well, I assume, on the side of Zest, if you're chronoing that Stalker. No? Third pylon before Nexus? Yep, that's going to be a necessity. herO still hoping that he can get a cancel on his own Stalker and throw down the Nexus a little bit quicker, but does end up actually getting that third pylon as well. I still think he should cancel that Stalker right now. Ooh, he's not gonna cancel that. So perhaps he believes that Zest is doing something a little more aggressive here. As he's getting a backup pylon as well. Does he want to open up with an... Okay, no, it's gonna be a Phoenix. For a second I thought he might just go Void Ray. So Zest, his Stargate is going to be a bit delayed. This pylon is going to spot what will be built though. And it seems to me like this will just be a Phoenix versus Phoenix mirror, with herO getting a slightly faster Nexus on the natural. Still pylon blocking Zest's natural. The probe is still alive as well. Might even want to go for a cybernetic score. Will not quite get it. If it would have gotten that cybernetic score block, that would have been absolutely huge. It does not end up getting it, but still nice. I mean, still okay. herO! Phoenix into Oracle. This is something we actually never see whatsoever. And I'm really surprised to see it as well. But wait, do I actually like it? I don't know what I think of this, honestly. I think it's okay, maybe? Is this fine? Twilight Council gets built as well here. I actually do believe I like this. Do you fake going another Phoenix at this point, or do you just pretend? Like, you just give up the fakery, the trickery? I mean, he kind of did just give up the trickery. There's no battery here whatsoever. Did Zest just realize what's going on? He's rallying the Phoenixes back home. I think he just realized. It's going to be too late, though, as this Oracle is going to hit the main base and will start taking down workers at a very high pace right now. 7, 8, 9. No recall is going to be used. I do believe recall might have been better there, but 10 workers. That is an amount of workers that is just slightly too high to lose to a single Oracle. And as a result, Zest is pretty all in. This Phoenix is going for a scout. But I think that will be the last thing that this Phoenix does if it actually continues with that. You see these Phoenixes for Zest spread out right now in a beautiful triple formation, like he's in the Air Force or something, as this Phoenix is trying to get around. He really wants to get that scout with the Phoenix, and well, it's not quite going to get it, of course. Phoenix will get blasted here by his Phoenix brothers, and he won't rise up from the ashes. At least I have a difficult time believing that. herO's still in a fantastic position, even after losing these 2 air units, of course. Is getting Blink, is getting a third gateway already as well at this time. 31 workers against 20. He's going to need to lose 12 workers to these Phoenixes in order for Zest to be somewhat even. There is a Void Ray being built here though, and that Void Ray might actually have some potential, dealing some damage. Battery in the natural is going to help out against that. I love this opener. I haven't really seen this Phoenix into Oracle crap before, but it looks absolutely lovely. I'm a huge fan of it, I have to admit. Ooh, big lifts though, with that Void Ray in the back. This might actually have some potential. Battery did get targeted down here. These Stalkers are getting low, but the Phoenixes are also getting destroyed. There's triple batteries on the way right now, and with 3 gates in the back here, warping in consistently. I do believe that I like herO's position a little more than I like Zest's position, especially the moment one of these batteries will finish up. I don't really see how Zest is planning on breaking this. I mean, Void Rays are a cool investment, but they're not really an investment in the future. Void Rays are as much of an investment in the future as buying a candy bar is. It tastes really good in the moment, but most likely you're gonna regret it 2 minutes from now. I think that's exactly what's going to happen here, because the Void Ray just loses its power so quickly in PvP. This feels a lot like an all-in, with the batteries around here. Honestly, I don't feel too scared here for herO. Cybernetics core is important to stay up, but Blink is finished as well. There's a crap ton of batteries. There's a super battery here which can heal this cybercore. We need to add more gateways though, and that is being done. A second cybercore needs to be built as well ASAP. Is that actually going to be breaking this? I don't think so, right? Well, no more batteries are being built. 600 minerals in the bank. Hello, herO. Can we start spending a little bit perhaps? I would not mind that whatsoever. Just even adding 1 or 2 batteries would be super useful already. He's not doing that. This Void Ray is actually proving to be quite difficult to deal with. Still no extra cybercore being built. Now an immortal on the way. 2 more gateways. The control out of herO has been good, but the macro, well, it has been pretty crap, honestly. A lot of money was floating this entire time. No anticipation of losing the cybercore, even though it was clear to everyone that that core was going to fall eventually. Batteries might actually get unpowered. I think we require a pylon a bit further in the back here. Immortal just popped out, which means that these stalkers are going to be a lot less useful. Batteries are running out for Zest as well, and once the next super battery is available, which is about now, right about now, I think life is going to get pretty difficult for Zest anyway, and as we see it, these Void Rays are going to get targeted down from the sky, and with the Immortal still alive, I don't really see a way for herO to lose here. Does end up winning, made it a bit more difficult for himself than it perhaps should have been. SS did manage to get back to a decent work account. Double Adepts will start shading across the map, but with Blink already done, these Adepts should be capable of absolutely nothing. Prism will be the follow-up, 5 gateways still alive, Cybercore in the main base as well. Production vastly superior here for herO, tech superior, and well, the work account is pretty equal. There's also just slightly more army already. Look at that. 2 Immortals, 10 Stalkers against 2 Adepts and 4 Stalkers. Not a single air unit currently on the map here for Zest as he's building Void Rays. And once again, that is not an investment into the future. These Stalkers are going to see these 2 Adepts. Not going to blink on top of it, actually. It's an interesting call. hero's so keen on moving across the map that he says, you know what, I will take some losses to be across the map 10 seconds faster. I'm not sure if that is necessary, but he's going to do that. This will make him slightly more all-in than he should have been, as he loses 6 workers, but he has such a huge lead. I don't actually think it should matter here. I mean, 16 Stalkers against 6, 2 Immortals against 2 Void Rays. Now, Immortals, of course, don't shoot up. Is he going to blink forward? He might. Yeah, there we go. Just blink straight on top of these Void Rays. I think that is the correct call here. It is not usually the most elegant way to finish a fight, but it really does do the trick. And I mean, with the Immortals in the back, once the Void Rays disappear, these Immortals are going to be absolutely buzzing. Void Ray is going to get targeted out of the sky. Immortal will survive. Zest types out. GG, and herO takes game number 1 here on Curious Minds. Game 2 is over here on Pride of Altaris. As we have this probe moving out of Zest. This is a very fast probe scout. This is not a probe scout, this guy has other plans. This also is a very fast probe scout, but it's also not a probe. Oh, it is a probe scout. Ooh! Hello? God, the vision range of the probe needs to be improved. What does herO know that we don't know? How did he know that Zest was going to do that? I bet these guys have played this map a bunch against each other. Okay, so it's going to be a proxy single gateway, proxy double gate. I don't quite understand this build order, but this looks sick. Yes, double gate, double gate, double gate. Throw it out. And then a forge with it, perhaps, as well. So 2-gate forge against a low-ground expansion, I guess, is the plan? No, he's not going to throw down a forge. It's just 2-gate. Okay, matches the scout timing as well. Sees the low ground here. Gas gets taken as well. Okay, this is a... I'm actually completely unaware of this build order. I've heard Zaun talk about builds like this, though, in PvP. Specifically mentioning it in a GSL interview after he used a build like this to beat Cure, I believe it was. And he said something like, yeah, the reason why I played this is because I kept losing to it in PvP. So in Korea, these type of aggressive builds seem to be at least somewhat popular. Not going for a full wall here. Okay. Do I dig that? I don't know if I do. So double Zealot. This is kind of the response you would expect against a 12 pool. Very similar, actually. Extreme similar. I think you need another pylon over here so the second Zealot can stay behind. Or what is the exact plan here? I'm not so sure. Battery in the back, I guess? Yeah, you do want a battery. Oh! Zest! What a beautiful pylon that is, huh? This is a losing fight right now for herO. Better target fire though out of herO. Oh my god, what is Zest doing in this control? This was extremely poor control out of Zest. Really extremely poor control out of Zest. He had that. He 100% had that. But he was split targeting his opponent's Zealots. This should have been a win at least. These Zealots should have died and then he would have been in the base. That was a very, very poor move there out of Zest. Now this battery is done. I mean, life's going to just get a lot harder here. Single Zealots. Yeah, just gonna get taken out here. Wow. Huge mistake there, microwaves out of Zest, who usually has fantastic control of his units. Double Stalker's going to be produced. I think this game kind of ends. I think. Battery here, double Stalker. Yeah, this is just a huge advantage for Zest right now. It's going to be up a Stalker, has a battery defensively. It's up 2 workers as well. And once this pylon gets blasted, the game just kind of ends. Yeah, this is it, I think. This should be it at least. Stalker's going to survive, this Stalker will fall. And we'll have a 3 Stalker versus no Stalker type of situation. I'm not quite sure if you guys are too aware of that, but that doesn't end up going well. 2-0 in favor of herO. About, well, what is it? 8 minutes into this best of 5. Game number 3, as we see it here on Hardwire. And both players opening up with, well, their first unit, their first pylon. Hello? I just don't know what this is. I just don't know what these things do. What is the point? Oh, it's to block a cannon rush. Okay. Hardwire, pretty decent map for cannon rushes, by the way. I don't even mind this. Okay, that's cool. Nah, that's cool. I dig it. I dig it. Absolutely. I think that's a cool opener. Okay. But what is the rest of the follow-up? Second gas. We'll see a second gateway come down as well then, I assume. Yep. Second gateway. Cybernetic score. This would make it difficult, I guess. To get a bit of a cannon rush going here. One pylon here. Pylon here. Pylon here. Here. You can start attacking the gateway at least. But you're not on the high ground. Is it actually that bad? Of this area. It's hard to say if this is the correct call or not. I guess the nice thing is that even if this gateway ends up dying against the cannon rush, you still have the high ground gateway, right? With a pylon here, you would be able to attack this pylon, but never the gate or the cyber. And you're not really holding the ramp properly either, so maximum get 1 cannon attacking a full wall. Okay, no, I like this. This is good. Okay, both players proxying a pylon. For herO, the second pylon. For Zest, the second pylon. We'll see what they'll go into from here. Neither player is actually proxying something. It's just a bit of a fake proxy. And it will not work. Okay, this is a mistake out of Zest. Zest shows his probe at 2:05. As the Cybercore usually finishes 2 minutes into the game. If you show your probe at 2:05, that means that you only had 5 seconds to proxy a tech building at a pylon. Now, a 5-second walk for a probe is about from here to here. That means that if there is a real proxy, it either needs to be over here or over here. And if it's not over there, herO will have 100% confirmation right now that this is a fake proxy. On the other hand, Zest, however, didn't see the probe move in until I think it was like 2:20 out of herO. So Zest might believe there's an actual proxy. We see him kind of scouting around the map as well with his probe. Actually, herO still moving around the map as well with his probe, which surprises me. Should be able to read into this, that this is 100% no proxy. The only thing it could be is a proxy third gateway, because you can build the third gateway at like 156, 157. So then the gateway could be over here or over here with that walking distance. Maybe over here as well. But yeah, it's obvious it's not allowed to be here. herO's going to spot this probe. And this is a terrible position, by the way, for a pylon. And it's not even hidden, because it provides some type of vision into a mid-game. Zest is opening up with a 3-gate blink, while herO's opening up with a 3-gate robo. So although both players faked a pylon initially, they're still going with a follow-up all-out attack, basically. And that's kind of funny to see. So it's maybe a bit of a double fake. Being like, hey, it's a fake pylon, and then, oh no, it's a real pylon. But it's fake. And now Zest gets the confirmation that there is no nexus, throws down a 4th gateway. And I am not super familiar with how this is supposed to play out. I will just be honest about that. I'm just not super familiar with 4-gate blink against 3-gate robo. I think that theoretically this should be good for herO. There's the potential for Immortals, which will be a massive game changer. if anyone should have control of the map currently, that should also be herO, because he's going to be up Stalkers. And he has Prism for micro ability. So until Blink is out, herO should be the one in control of the map. However, Zest, for whatever reason, decides it's fair game to move on the map. So we're going to get into a weird base trade-like scenario here, I guess. This does not seem to be possible for Zest. I don't actually believe this can be done. And that would be really bad, because that would mean that this series will be over. Ooh, instant recall though. Is that the correct call here? I'm not so sure. I think herO assumed that there was going to be a battery here on the high ground, but there wasn't. Zest is already building a Nexus as well. I don't want to call Zest lucky, but well, he got rather fortunate this game. These two Stalkers are also caught in the middle of nowhere, are going to end up dying. I mean, there's nothing to save him, except for this Prism perhaps, but the Prism needs to be careful as well. Can be blinked on top of, will not happen. These Stalkers are instead returning back home. Battery's about to finish though. herO's still going with this attack. I don't think this attack is going to work right now. First battery is going to be up, second battery is on the way already. Stalker count will increase. There's a bunch of force fields available, soon to be 6. As Zest has the better microable army. He's going to have a similar Stalker count with the next warp in, which should start now. There we go, 4 more Stalkers. We'll make this 12 against 15. And he can dodge shots, of course, very easily with the Blink Guardian Shield, putting in some work as well. Super Battery can be activated, is not quite yet activated. Here we go, couple of force fields. Can we blink on top of that Prism? Yes, we can. And the Stalkers now will start falling for Zest. There's no micro potential whatsoever anymore here. Good blink back. Oh, blink back there was a little bit too late, but the Super Battery still being active is too much. GG gets called, and herO loses a game which he should have won. And he should have absolutely sweep Zest 3-0 here. He doesn't, and Zest stays in the series for now. Game number 4 is going to be played on Glittering Ashes. As Zest... Ooh. Well, I don't care what Zest does, I care what herO does. 1 gate expand here for herO. And Zest is quite good against the 1 gate expand. He's shown that in the past against MaxPax. MaxPax, of course, the king of the 1 gate expand. Knows how to hold them. Knows how to fold them. And all the other stuff. herO, however, I'm not quite sure how competent he is with a 1 gate expand against a lot of these 2 gate responses. We'll have to wait and see. Usually if herO plays a build though, he's pretty darn decent with it. So I'd be surprised if he has no clue what to do. Double gas, of course. There's no quick scout though for Zest, and that's painful. Zest gonna scout after second gateway, which most likely will mean that he won't be aware of the fact that there is going to be a 1 gate expand. herO's actually going to chase this worker around. It's pretty cute. Actually, it's pretty cute. I like that. And as a result, this worker will just need to march across the map. Second worker gets sent out for the proxy, and herO will not be aware of the fact that there will be a proxy. Nexus first, before core. That is the correct call here. The cybernetic score also goes down. Ooh, second probe gets sent on the map. Immediately starts looking for a potential secondary probe. Very cool. Okay, herO seems to know what to do in this matchup. Will we get a pylon at the ramp, or will we get a pylon near the mineral line? These are, of course, fair questions. Zest just scouted the fact that a Nexus got thrown down. This could just go into a proxy gateway here, by the way. This is something that he has done before. You could also see a Stargate. Okay, it's going to be a Stargate. If this is Adept, okay, this most likely will be a double Oracle save-up, which is a strategy that, well, Zest has employed a lot in the past. And the correct response against it is to get a Void Ray patrolling in the main base while full walling your natural temporarily. I think the Adept is going to be a bit of a tip-off. However, Zest has also shown that he's completely capable of opening with a 4 gate after opening Adept. So this was a huge scout out of herO. This really was a huge scout out of herO. Seeing that Stargate, knowing that it's on the way, unless these Adepts get in, which they shouldn't because they're gonna get spotted. Ooh, they almost got spotted. Oh, this could get even worse. Imagine if this probe manages to block the natural. That is a nightmare scenario here for Zest. Because this is not an all-in. This is a macro opener here out of Zest. Okay, double Stalker starts, needs to cancel that battery, and the Nexus will go down. Second Oracle should start immediately after. Hello, can we cancel the battery? For the love of God, Zest, if you don't cancel this battery, I will fly over personally to Korea and cancel it for you, my friend. Please. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Adepts do get in though, that is huge. Battery also gets cancelled at home, so that is plus 2 points here for Zest. He's going to get 3-4 workers. Oracle flies in as well, and there's only a single Stalker. No battery in the main base. What a mediocre response out of herO after scouting absolutely everything. Lets the Adepts get in, loses 10 workers. 2 Adepts and an Oracle. 5 to the Adepts, 5 to the Oracle. And with that second Oracle on the way, we'll be able to burst through any potential battery. Second Void Ray needs to be built. And as I mentioned before, a Void Ray is not an investment in the future. It delays your tech. It does not put any pressure on your opponent whatsoever. And this Oracle is about to go back in. It's going to get 6, 7 kills, 8 kills. Beautiful stuff here. Another Oracle is being sent out. And that second Void Ray will head into the main base. There is a Stalker there as well. Is Zest controlling this? He is controlling this and will fly it away for now. This Void Ray will take out a pylon. I was going to say for free, but I mean, he's already lost 14 workers, so it isn't really free anymore. Zest will be up 6 workers, Blink halfway down, 2 more gateways on the way here for herO, who's completely pulled out of gas at this point and most likely will go for an aggressive push across the map. This probe is trying to make it there and will not get spotted. Double Oracle moving into the natural though is going to be a problem as all of these Void Rays are out of position, and that's going to cost herO another 5 workers at least. Oh, well, that's poor control, actually missing 2 shots there. Yeah, 5 workers will go down as... yeah, you didn't have much more energy left, I guess. 32 workers against 20. 19 workers have gone down in a 5-minute game. And Zest is in an absolutely fabulous position here. It's funny because Zest is the one that is being all-in, but he also is the one that wants to be doing some all-inning. As we see a proxy gate being thrown down right now. herO moving to... Well, where actually is he moving to? herO needs to just... herO needs to almost just leave the game, in my opinion. This is sad. It's sad to see. It's going to lose 4, 5, 6. It's going to lose an infinite amount of workers here in the main base. Oracle's going to run out of energy. 25 workers down in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. All probes are being pulled here. There's no pylon in the back, so they could be targeted down. Super battery gets activated. Blink is done, though. Yeah, Blink forward. The disrespect out of Zest here as herO has to tap out. The score is 2-2 and we'll be heading into the final game of this best of 5. Here we are in the final game of this best of 5, and once again we have a probe marching towards the far left side of the map as herO is going to be opening up with a proxy here. And Zest is opening up with a lot of mineral mining. Okay, 16 on minerals, now pulls 1 extra into that gas. I wonder if this next one is also rallied into a gas. What's going to happen with that? Okay, yeah. So maybe want slightly more gas than just enough for double Stalker. Could be seeing some type of quick tech with Adept. Could also be seeing Stalker Sentry. There's a couple of options here. This is a fake pylon. Well, it's a real pylon, but a fake proxy. There's nothing going to be proxy there, and it's a difficult pylon to spot, honestly. Going to take a while for Zest to get there. This probe is just moving in, making sure this is a cool move. He just checks to make sure that there is no nexus over there. Then he's just hiding the probe, okay? This is what I mentioned before. You want to just wait around with the probe a little bit. Make sure that the timer runs up, at least to 220, I would say. And then you go in. It's like, 220 is 20-second probe walking time. That's a long time. This is a beautiful timing. He also kind of had the angle of coming from the bottom side. Is he really just tied around that little corner? And Zest probably, well, maybe saw that. I'm not so sure. I don't think he did, actually. And now hero's going to follow this up with a Twilight Council at home. So similar what we saw Zest do in game number 1. And he opened up with Adept. No, Adept Stalker, excuse me. Okay, well, once again, I'm confused and I don't know what's going on. So both of these Stalkers are going to move across the map. We'll actually be able to find this right side Stalker. A little bit of vision there with the probe, and now we'll get this Stalker. Recall's not going to be in time anymore. Will the Stalker be able to get away? I don't think so. That's a dead Stalker. Good pick off there for Zest. Good start for Zest. Nexus is being thrown down as well. He's aware that there's an Adept on the left side. He's just going to send all of his Stalkers across the map. We'll trade out these 2 Stalkers. I'm not sure if this is an even trade though. It looks about fair. But the next 2 Stalkers are coming in already. And oh. herO needs to be fast in the response, and he was fast in the response. There's going to be a second Stalker on the high ground, but that's not enough. There needs to be 3 Stalkers on the high ground. Can he wall this quickly with a Cybercore? I don't think he can. Will be a warp in though. Oh, that's a dead rope. That's a dead stalker here. Wrong side rally. Out of herO. Huge mistake. Absolutely massive error. And now Zest will need to piss off. At the same time though, Zest losing a couple of workers to this single adept. I wasn't quite paying attention to that, and neither will Zest. He loses 5 workers. Actually, it's a painful loss. His early game looked so solid. 1 stalker against 3, but 5 stalk... Oh, actually... Yeah, 3 stalkers, 1 adept. I still think it's okay for Zest. I still think this is very playable. Losing the workers sucks, but he was building them extra. The overall units lost is in his favor, which is a good thing. However, there's no pylon on the low ground. I'm not even sure why there is no pylon on the low ground here, by the way. Got the 3rd pylon in the main. That means there's not going to be any batteries downstairs. And there's a decent chance he's actually going to end up losing his Nexus. No batteries on the low ground is a magical call that well, ends up being kind of bad, honestly. The worker, I mean, the unit count is so equal. I think with a single battery he would have been able to hold. Well, I know with a single battery he would have been able to hold. Look how close his own blink is as well. It's down about 30 to 40 seconds. Like, that is about the time of a super battery, basically. Like, you have your initial battery, then you have your super battery. herO can... No, this is a bad call. This is bad. You can't go up here. Not into a battery. That's not possible, herO. Oh, no, that's not possible. I don't even think probes need to be pulled here. No, come on. That was not correct. That was incorrect. That's not okay. Sentry should be warped in here to try and go for a little bit of a contain, of course. Wait, is herO aware of the fact? Oh, he knows there's a Twilight Council. So then in that case, a contain doesn't make too much sense. Nexus will get built here. Let's not forget that Zest also ended up losing a Nexus, but herO still is down in resources lost. That was a very bad call. Going up the ramp after killing a Nexus, I mean, that is just super unnecessary as well. A blink on top of it just... I don't like it. Giving that map control back to Zest right now. I do believe that was a mistake out of herO. He's getting his own high ground battery. And ooh, okay. Okay, now this I do like. So he checks the map to see if his opponent is moving out. Runs by with the stalkers. Does Zest still have a recall available? There is a recall available. I think Zest realized halfway across the map what was going on here. So there is a recall on those stalkers, and these 2 sentries need to hide for their life. Can he force field this? No, he can't. He's just gonna run towards the left side. Well, a good read though by Zest, realizing halfway across the map what was going on. Now these sentries will join up as the stalkers remain on the map, and herO's gonna get away with a faster Nexus without having a battery down there. Worker count is surprisingly close. Ooh, herO once again tried to go in, does manage to escape. Very good movement out of herO. I didn't like the blink in earlier, but this movement with these 5 stalkers has absolutely turned the game around, because I believe he should have been pretty dead. He's now getting his first Immortal. His Nexus is done. I wouldn't mind if he starts slowly but surely producing a couple of workers here. I believe that to be a good call. These 2 adepts are also going in. There's no recall available for Zest. Only 3 stalkers at home, which means a couple extra workers are going to fall. herO really does need to start producing his own workers though. It is pretty vital. Like, killing your opponent's workers is fun. And he's done a lot of that. 11 workers have gone down, but the worker count is still practically equal. I'm not sure what got killed there, but it looked like he accidentally targeted down one of his own stalkers. Here we go. A couple of chrono boosts now on his own Nexus. And the worker production will start. Both players practically playing from a completely even position. We could see that, I guess, the robotics facility will be helpful here for herO. herO's going to move out across the map. With a battery already done, I think this is a decent way to try and throw the game again. I really would not like if herO goes for it again. He's getting a Dark Shrine, but it is in the path of this hallucination, which means a robotics facility can be built in perfectly in time. I like the idea here, though, of moving across the map, keeping your opponent mentally busy while getting a Dark Shrine, but I'm not quite sure if moving across the map is such a great idea. Pretty decent blink forward here. Takes out the Immortal. Less stalkers left for Zest, but still 4 sentries in there. I don't think Zest realized that he scouted a Dark Shrine. Okay, he's getting a robotics facility and a forge. Of course, it's still really scary right now for herO to just go in with a DT. This observer is going to see the late robotics facility. Dark Shrine does end up getting cancelled though. Hallucination gets taken out. And Zest is aware of this pylon, is going to take out that pylon right now. herO will not respond to that, will not try to catch these stalkers, no. Both players getting a forge. Charge is on the way as well here for herO, so it's going to be the first big charge. And a third base might be in the works soon as well. +1 being researched on this forge will be great to see. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for Zest. Zest does feel... Ooh, what is this? A Robo Bay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure whose position I'm favoring here. Wait, charge and Robo Bay? 3 third base. This almost feels like Colossi. And if he actually gets Colossi, that would hurt me on a deep and personal level. Third base being taken right now off of 5 gateways, which is a decent infrastructure. We have, what is this, 3 gateways on the side of Zest. Yeah, Zest I think is in a worse position. It's getting his own Robo Bay right now, so we might be seeing a Disruptor War. I'm not quite sure who I favor in that. Probably would say Zest. I think his control is just a little bit better with Stalker Disruptor. So that Phoenix gets taken out. Okay, Disruptor is being built, no Colossi, thank the Lord. This probe is doing not very much of anything right now. The one thing that herO is pretty consistent in is getting this vision out on the map. Setting out this observer once again, making sure it gets something done. Or at least sees something. The Stalker on the far right. I'm not sure what it is trying to spot, but it's trying to spot whether these minerals are being mined. It's doing a darn decent job. Another Zealot being sent out here towards the left side. Maybe either take care of the tower or that middle area. Is herO really the one with the superior vision right now? Does mean that Zest has some work to do when it comes to that. Second Robo coming down for both players as well. As we'll be seeing a bit of a Disruptor War here. And it's not often we see that in Korea. We'll see Zest go into that double Disruptor every now and again. Double Robo Facility Disruptor, I should say. But very often people will just all-in into him. Templar Archives with this as well, I can. This is getting wonkier and wonkier. I don't understand the Templar Archives. Are you gonna build Archons with this? Alright. Your call, I guess, but... Archons kind of get hard countered by Disruptors because they're difficult to control, they get hit easily, and they're extremely expensive. So it's like, it's basically a free target. It's literally target practice, and your opponent is paying for it. See a couple of Stalkers moving out here for Zest. Blink forward out of herO once again. Just a little bit too aggressive. Don't really like that. I think that was a poor trade. Lost more Stalkers than he killed. I think Zest might actually be able to at some point just... Wait, herO also has double Disruptors? I just don't understand that. Is he gonna get a single Archon? Or what's the play here? I think Zest is just winning at this point. There's a lot of Zealots being produced right now for herO as well. I don't understand these really either. Like, you can get a Zealot Stalker Archon army and try to fight against pure Disruptor, but if you have your own Disruptor, the fights just work a lot different. That's a big shot. That could have been a big shot. It ends up not being a big shot. This might be a big shot. Gets one Disruptor, that's pretty big. This is once again a winning trade for herO. herO with all the winning trades so far. I think 2 Disruptors gone down so far on the side of Zest. herO's gonna keep moving forward here. 2 force fields are being used right now. Disruptor count is 6 against 1. It feels like herO should be capable of... well, first of all, of catching these Zealots, as there's no charge yet on them. Oh, doesn't quite finish the job though. Oh my god, Zest forgets to control his units. Zest in a lot of trouble right now. It's just losing Disruptor after Disruptor after Disruptor. It is still 6 against 1. There's a bunch of Zealots now. Now these Zealots are going to be useful. We still haven't seen a single Templar being warped in, by the way. So that 200 gas wasn't too well spent. Just don't think it's going to matter. Terrible control once again out of Zest here. We'll end up losing this Disruptor. Oh, no, actually gets a big hit off. Oh my god. Zest with the bait and now targets down another Disruptor that was ready to shoot. Is the super battery available? No, it's not. herO's going in and he's going in very, very deep. And with the Zealots in the natural, it might be just barely good enough. But these were a couple of huge shots here out of Zest. GG does need to be tapped though, as herO wins this game. Breaks through into the natural, breaks through in the third base. +2 hadn't even finished yet, and herO will win this series 3-2 after almost getting reverse sweeped by Zest, but not quite the case. Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you, and bye-bye.